Alrighty, what is up everybody? I am back with another day of Spyro gaming and I hope you guys are excited as I am always. The day today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026 and I feel pretty good. It's the day after a 9-hour stream I did yesterday which ended with a reaction to a new Summoning Salt video about Spyro any percent, which obviously heavily included me, so if you haven't seen my reaction to that, do check out my stream from yesterday. I did that at the end of stream. Also been really enjoying the runs and Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough, so making some big strides in that as well. So planning for more of the same of that today. I took my car to the mechanic this morning in hopes that he can recharge the AC before we drive up to DC this weekend for the Cherry Blossom Festival. Shout out Amanda for hosting us for that. And let me refresh this place, get some music back. Get rid of that awkward silence. Let me also turn up my TV a little bit so I can hear it. And move this over here. Grab my tray of baby powder. It's not cocaine. And yeah, move this. And we're good to go, I think. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. You just watched the video? Nice. Nice. Yeah, man, I was going through all the comments on the Summoning Salt video, seeing, you know, what people just generally thought of everything, and of course, you know, trying to search for anyone mentioning me by name, and everything was just super nice and supportive. Everyone really, they loved me. Oh my god, they love me. You know, not to get too egomaniac about it. Blue Eye, thank you for the tier 1, summoned by salt, and good luck. Thank you so much, yes. Summoned by the grind. And with a little, I would say seasoned by salt, summoned by the grind. That sounds much more epic than me just sitting here and playing Spyro all day. Anyways, did I know he was working on it? Yeah, I mentioned this in my reaction yesterday. Once again, welcome everyone just getting here. Big thank you to anyone who watched the Summoning Salt video. I'm going to be obviously talking about it a bunch today. But in case you missed it, I did a whole 2.5-hour reaction to it, which was on my last stream. I'm also going to post it to my second channel sometime this weekend when I'm offline, so you can catch it there with, you know, balanced audio and, you know, deleted BRBs and stuff if you prefer. They love me. They love me. Did I get an influx of viewers? I mean, I guess we'll find out today if we get an influx of viewers. I hope so. That'd be cool. Lord knows GDQ ain't quite doing it anymore. I'm just playing around. But yeah, I don't expect it's gonna be like a bunch more viewers or anything today, but that would be cool if there was. I'm just happy anyone watched the video and enjoyed it and sharing love in the chat. That's really more what I'm hoping for. What's up, Jonah? Welcome. Welcome from the vid. So yeah, guys, we're just gonna get started with a little bit of warm up. Let me head over to, real quick, let me head over to create some save states. And also change Spyro's color, which is very important. Yeah, cute little trans flag colors. Yeah. Getting a Summoning Salt video made about you is the new, like, it's like that's the new, like, clout chasing of speedrunning over, you know, when it used to be getting a GDQ run. It's funny. But yeah, no, I suspect very little, if any, additional cloutage. But maybe if I get a new record, maybe that'll change things. Probably not. In my world, not much changes. I've been around long enough that if you know me, you know me. If you don't kind of deal. Am I planning on any percent in the further? Not soon. My goal right now is to continue 120% until I at least like maybe PB once. I've also been grinding this category alongside Jordy, who's also on the cusp of records, so it's gonna be a while before either of us, I think, improves the 119. So don't expect me to come back to any percent anytime soon, but once I do that, I'll definitely consider coming back to any percent as well as Spyro 2 100%. Or maybe even learning another speed game on top of that. Who knows? Who knows? All I can tell you is definitely going to stick with 120% for the prolonged future. Good boosts, good boosts. Let's do it from back here. What's up, Norkson? Hope you're doing well today. What's up, Flajuki? Good to see you. Early morning, what up? Yeah, Albon. Dude, I loved it, man. And I'm not normally one that really watches a lot of like speedrun world record history type videos. I used to be more into them like way back when they were kind of a new thing back in like 2016, 2017. Now, you know, I've always kind of had this attitude, like, I'm not trying to bring my work home with me type of thing. Like, when I get done streaming, I'm like, I just want to watch videos that are just completely unrelated to gaming, you know? But, you know, in spite of that attitude, I really enjoyed watching the Summoning Salt video. It was really like, it was kind of sentimental for me, you know? It's like this trip down memory lane. Even going all the way back to 2013 and all this is like, you know, I've done a lot of this research and history. Been a part of this history myself, you know. It's very close with a lot of these players mentioned, and yeah, you know. So it was very much like a trip down memory lane and very sentimental for me, and so I just really enjoyed it. And on top of that, you know, emotions aside, I mean, I think the music and the pacing and just the general storylines and the presentation of everything, I think it was all just like spot on, you know. I mean, it's like at the end of the video, I just kind of had this feeling of like, man, there's a reason why Summoning Salt is the guy for speedrun documentaries. There's a reason why his videos are like the gold standard that people, you know, sort of build off of. So yeah, all in all, no complaints. What's up, Elucidark? Thank you for the good luck. No, I mean, there's tons of like little, I think, little cliches like that in the whole like, you know, speedrun history video format. You know, it's like, and then this person came along. A little montage, like jump cuts of gameplay. The fucking home we're finally landing music. I'm so glad that Summoning Salt like has gone deeper into the music and isn't just reusing the same songs over and over. Like even like despite like what you might consider like a repetitive format, I think he brought a lot of originality to the Spyro video, which was great. It's not like he's breaking new ground or anything, but it's you know, he definitely, it was I would still say quite a creatively unique piece regardless. What's up, Beard? Do I think the Summoning Salt video romanticized the speedrunner lifestyle? No. Maybe you could say, I think if you want to say that, you could say it romanticizes the world record grind, perhaps. When in reality, it can be very dark and depressing and unfruitful for the majority of it. In fact, when I did my reaction to Summoning Salt's video, I would very often pause throughout it and like really underline the fact that many years would pass between each of these like little sections of the game's history, you know, like Tuval would get his world record, then years would pass, and then Chris would get his record, then years would pass, and then I would get my record, years would pass. So it's like during that time, it's not like nothing's it might seem like from an onlooker like nothing's happening because the world record progression is not going anywhere, but in fact there's a lot of runs dying, getting close, people getting their PBs lower and hopping between games, and it's a long and it's a long and just frankly tedious, difficult grind that you have to like really have a certain personality and dedication for. So yeah, you know, just glancing at a you know, world record progression and being like, man, that looks so cool, I want to get a speedrun record. You know, it kind of you might miss some of the darker aspects of it, you know, watching a video like that. But that's okay. I mean, you know, like I'm fine with that. I don't think he like misrepresented like what speedrunning's all about or anything. Oh yeah, Caleb, that was a video by Retro talking about Saboom's journey, and I think that video was actually pretty, I was thinking about that video the other day. That video like a while back got privated because I don't know whether it's because it did bad or, you know, the reception to it was pretty negative because I think a lot of people really look up to someone like Saboom And even though his grind was hard, like many of our speed grinds are, you know, there's a positive side to the darkness of it. And that video that you're talking about really just solely harped on the dark side of things, like took this cautionary tale perspective, when really like it missed like it missed like the positive side of his journey, where like he influenced this whole community into a direction of like positivity. He like went on a whole inner journey outside of the game and stepped away. And, you know, it's like if you're gonna talk about Saboon's story and not talk about how he stepped away from the game and went on a whole like homeless journey across America multiple times, like you're not really doing him justice if you don't like cover that. If you're really trying to make like a biopic piece about him. But instead, it was just like, oh, he grinded speedruns until he hated himself, so don't be like him. It's like, obviously, there's much more to it than that. For any of us, you know. I think you could very easily boil down any of our stories to that. My story, you could say, oh, well, he grinded these games a lot, now look at him. Don't want to be like him. Like, can you not say that about anyone that, like, grinds a video game a lot? Like, it's pretty much like a universal thing. It's the nuance of it and the context around it, I think, that makes the story. Does it make you a bad person for getting mad and overstimmed with your chat? Oh, you're asking about like your own stream? When a stream plan didn't go well? No, you know, it's okay. Like, let me like hopefully give you some words of encouragement here. Like, I've had many bad streams and streams where I don't like how I interacted with my chat, or I didn't like how things went down. And certainly, I would say the majority of my streams don't go exactly how I planned, like at the start. You know, I always kind of imagine like, all right, guys, we're gonna have a chill grind today. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And then there's always some point where it's like the plan is like about to fall apart, or, you know, it's just feeling like bad. You know, it's, you know, maybe sometimes you'll take it out on viewers and stuff, and that's not right, you know, and you'll feel bad for it. Just know that you're not alone. Like, we all go through that. All of us who stream and grind games a lot, like, we all go through that, and you're not a bad person for it. It's okay to feel bad after a stream. What's important is that you come back tomorrow and just try to do better, that you learn from it and try to do better and try to adjust a little bit. And nobody hates you, you know, like, you gotta remember this. It might feel like, oh man, I'm no better than all these like internet lol cows, you know, like Chris Chan or DSP or whatever. It's like, I'm no better than them, you know. That's really like the feeling sometimes. But you know, you're not them, even if you have bad moments. And even they have good moments. I mean, they wouldn't be, you know, as popular as they are if there wasn't something to like about them. I play on a passive camera. I'm just like running around doing nothing. Let's head over to Blowhard. I do want to look at a little strat here where we hit the right side of the firework chest coming up. Thank you, Rinstar. I appreciate that. My beard kind of needs a trim. It's getting a little ridiculous, but I love it long like this. So yeah, we're gonna get all the way up to the second cycle here. Pretend like I got that. Make a safe state at that point. And then we'll get into runs after that, I think. Behind cycle. Ooh. Not good. Oh my Jesus, come on. What's up, Jamie? Dude, congrats on the PB once again. 128, wonderful. Yeah, I'm not really trying to comment on like specific like, you know, internet personalities right now. I'm just trying to say it's easy when you have a bad stream to compare yourself to these people that are constantly being pointed at and made fun of, you know, for their online presence. And it's like, it's easy to feel like you're really no different than them at times. But do remember that you're not alone, and just even recognizing that is like a big step towards your growth as not just a streamer, but as a human being. So it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna like do it like this. scary side swipe to go for sure. What's up, Vivi? Thanks for the good luck. Thank you, Dylan. No, I mean, I hate to sound so full of myself, but me too. I was definitely like looking forward to like, all right, what are they gonna talk about me? You know, of course. Everyone loved my my humble quote. I'm the best, and I'm humble. Which way do I want the chest to knock me? Not this way. You see the issue with this? There's an issue with that happening. Can you spot it? So I'm trying to practice side swiping it so it doesn't happen. Normally we go around the looks fine to me. Normally we go around the left like that for safety, but it's technically faster to go to the right and side swipe it like that. It's just a little more precise. That's all I'm trying to do. Yeah, Spyro's fucking blue. That's the problem. True. Nailed it, Blake. See, that's why I got the smartest viewers here. I got a keen eye. Yeah, I was trying not to die there. Alright, you know what, fuck it. Well, let's go to Beastmakers real quick. And then, you know, just do the intro to Beastmakers and then we'll get into a run. Oh, thank you, Wiggy. Thanks everyone for checking it out. I'm saying it like I made the video or something, but I definitely... It's funny whenever like someone else makes a video and you're like kind of a big topic and everyone's like, dude, I love that video about you. It's like, what am I... If I say thanks, it's kind of like the wrong response, right? Thanks. I take total credit for Summoning Salt's work. You're... no, actually, you're welcome. For my effort there. No, kidding. But no, thanks. For lack of a better word, thanks. Yeah, I'm the guy in Fortnite. What guy from Fortnite? The banana guy? I play as a Hatsune Miku in Fortnite. And every time I, like, kill someone, I'll do the Homer Simpson dance. I'll do the... Just an anime girl just doing that shit. Oh my god, that's so funny. Alright, guys, let's do a run. I think I've done enough fucking around here. Switching consoles here. Don't mind me. Come. Yo, Becco with the Prime. Thank you so much, Beck. And also Tessiz with the 43 months. And Blue Eye with the 37 months. Thank you, guys. And I'll say just kind of as a big overall thank you. Thanks, everybody, for just generally being interested in, you know, my journey, the channel. You know, the last video I did about the Spyro 2 hard mod, some of you guys have been checking out since the Summoning Salt video. So, and we're back over 600 subs on Twitch. Like, you know, things are looking up for me this month. So, you know, I just want to say like a big blanket thank you to everyone who's been lurking and watching and vibing lately. It really means a lot. Or supporting whatever, in whatever way. Shit, we've even been getting some follows on Kick of all places. I thought for sure my channel was dead in the water there. So. But alas, you know. Oh, let me restart my capture card. All right, let's play the game. I'm ready. Hold on. All right, guys, we're ready. Black screen, let's go. Hold on. Boom. The TAS is ready. I just had to get my TAS prepared there. Don't mind me. What's up, Jordy? Thanks for the good luck, and to you as well. 3, 2, 1, go. Any crazy paces lately, man? I haven't really been keeping up with you. I have yet to get any paces out of Magic Crafters in the last, like, however long, week or whatever.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Oh, also thank you, Crabman, for the YouTube membership. Says cheers to you, continue to be the best, but also being humble. I had to reset for that. That was a funny one. Thank you. And speaking of Hummel, welcome Hummel Don, great to see you. I loved seeing your surprise at that summoning salt video dropping. It's always great to see you pop in here and there. You're the man. Spyranos. Fade to black.
Okay, rolling.
Chrissy was a made man. Great start. RMZ with the $5. This is a 5-year dream was realized yesterday. Made you weep seeing all this on the biggest screen, you know? Yeah, I mean, it kind of is like, it's a funny thing, you know? It's always been the meme for so long. I mean, so many years. It's like, when's Summoning Salt gonna make a video about my game or our game or whatever? And even now you can see that, like, if you look at Summoning Salt's Twitter, like, comments, it's always like, all right, new video just dropped, and it's like, fuck, I wish it was Undertale, or I wish it was like some other, whatever game you're interested in, you know? So it is a bit like, I guess, I don't know, surreal to have the meme become reality like that, and it's like, oh, okay, it's like, actually, like, this game is, like, interesting enough for Summoning Salt to make a video.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's
pretty cool. And also, I'm happy with like smaller creators, you know, making a world record progression as well. It's not as big of an event, sure, but it's still special nonetheless when someone takes the time to research and talk to community members and just make a good video. Peak's been claiming runs, yeah, like Jordy said, yeah. Wizard Peak's fucking tough. That whole stretch, man, like, especially comparing to world record, Magic Crafters is really, like, almost, like, I don't want to say perfect, but I don't expect to save time in that home world, simply put. What's up, Eepy? Thank you for the good luck. Could do with some chill time off a stressful day. Yeah, dude, I hope your day gets more chill, man. Thanks for popping in. Kick back and enjoy the lurk, dude. Yeah, I took my car to the mechanic this morning, and he's fixing the AC. I don't have any funny story about that. I guess you know, it was nice chatting with the mechanic when he drove me home, and like one of the customers, like fancy ass, like Ford F1000 fucking Super Ranger, built tough leather interior model. Just talking to me. He was just ranting to me about, like, you know, fixing cars and stuff. Yeah, the car I drive is Sarah's old, like, family car from when she was like a little kid. So it has like 185,000 miles on it, and we plan on driving it up to, it's like an old Pontiac minivan, and we're planning on driving it up to DC this weekend. Hopefully with good AC after this mechanic trip.
It's been peaceful.
To go to a cute little cherry blossom festival, have some drinks with the weebs. Kind of like a Japanese-themed outdoor fest thing. Man, that was a terrible Nestor attempt. Let's lock in for these Nestors a little. Good lord. But yeah, I'm hoping this car will make it to 200K at least. You know, it's been a workhorse, and yeah, we've had to dump some money into it at the mechanic, but you know, in the spirit of keeping it safe and drivable, I would say it's money well spent.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Yeah, thanks for checking that out, Kai, and welcome to the stream. Appreciate you popping in. Okay, this should work. Wish me luck on run number 1 today, everybody. Let's see if anything has changed. Let's see if the fame has changed me. After the summoning soul video. I'm kidding. Let's see if the fame has really gotten to my head and is gonna get in the way of my grind here. Surely. Yeah, get the fucking 117 on this run. Easy. I gotta go for 238,000 miles because that's how far away the moon is. Yo. From like sea level. That's pretty epic. I'm down for that. I think that's a good goal. I wish there was better units of measurement, like in this game, that you could, so I could like calculate like how far I've charged through this game or something. But there isn't really any such measurement. I literally made a video where I tried to guess how much the real life value of the gems is. But like, that would require you like trying to scale the size of the gems to real life. Which was like a way harder task, like a way more nebulous thing than I was expecting. So it was like anywhere between like a few million to like hundreds of billions of dollars worth of gems. Nice. Oh yeah, absolutely hum. I agree. Oh, come on, get up there. Hitting the hard stuff, fudging the easy stuff. Classic. Dude, I agree, Scallop. This game's just gorgeous to look at. To vibe out, too. Peak aesthetic. Ugh. This is probably gonna like 350 or something bad like that. Do you have to run this game on console to be competitive? Yeah, basically. The short answer to your question is yes. You should play on NTSC PS2 for the best load times, amongst other things. But if you're a new player, you can play on any platform you got, basically. Just check the rules on speedrun.com. In fact, if you're a new player, I wouldn't recommend stressing the platform you're on too much, because it's not going to matter, because you're going to lose a lot more time than the loads. What's up, Brad? Thank you for the good luck, man, and the resub. GG's on some of those ILPBs, or whatever, segment PBs you've been getting. Yeah, Reignited's awesome. How far did we make it into the stream before talking about Reignited? Did we make it 20 minutes? I think that's pretty good. I think the PB, or like the shortest amount of time PB before Reignited gets brought up, was like 5 minutes. It was like one of the first messages was like 2 to 5 minutes. It's like, alright, starting off strong. Yeah, 30 minutes, not bad. Not bad. You wonder how the splits work? It can work differently depending on what game you're playing. Like if you're playing a PC game, you can hook it like directly into the game and have it auto split for you. But for this game, I manually split. Everyone basically manually splits in this game for the most part. You can technically use an emulator plugin to auto split, which Luminescent Sky does, but that's kind of niche. Not really many people do that. But yeah, I use a foot pedal, in case you were wondering, a USB foot pedal to split. You could also just do the splits IRL, and that works too. True. How we doing? Okay, we're a little ahead of record here. Not as bad as I thought. Yeah, there's a lot of differences between Reignited and the original games. I'm not gonna like list everyone, but suffice to say it's basically a completely different game for speedrunning. Oops, missed the jump. Costing me like a second. Hooking up the Wii Fit balance board for splits. Yo. Dude, that's next level. Use an eye tracker and like put like a picture of like boobs on the screen on like your computer monitor. Like whenever you look at the boobs, it like splits. Oh my god. Big brain, big brain. Oh, come on, dude. Not good. Do I have to turn around here? Let's see. A little bit. Oh, no, we got it. Slow, but we got it. Probably gonna lose all my green here. But we can save it back in toasty. To undo a split, you have to apologize for being a rude streamer. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have made fun of you. You didn't deserve that. Okay, now we can we can fix the split. Fixing things emotionally and literally. Damn, down a whole beer to split. Oh my god, that's kind of a crazy video idea. Spyro, but I have to down a beer every level. It'd have to be like a cup of beer. It couldn't be like a whole 12-ounce can. Because that would be like 30 beers by the end of the run. It's like a Beerio cart, how like you can't move. It should be like Beerio Spyro. Or Beerio the Drunken. Where you can't move in a level until you like down a beer. And try to do like an any % run like that. Dude, really, Spyro 2's Ripto's Rage really does sound like the name of an IPA. That's actually so true. Fucking goofy ass IPAs out there. Overall decent. Yeah, saving back some time there. Not bad. YouTube chat broke. No, it's working. There is auto mod, so sometimes it'll eat your messages unless they get approved. So that might be what you're experiencing. Also, make sure you click on live chat instead of top chat above the chat box. Come on, Red, work with me. Typical Red. Oh, fuck. Whatever. What's up, Andy? Thanks for the good luck. Bro, that's another good one. Ripto's Rage, but every time Ripto... You have to watch every cutscene. And every time Ripto comes on screen, you gotta rip a fucking bong toke. Yo, Cali Strax, thanks for the good luck. Appreciate that. You accept Venmo for your ideas? I'm getting right on it. Bank of Cracks. What's up, Meow? Great to see you. No bots yet today. Keep your eyes peeled. Bogo's vented. Oh. No! Okay. Losing in a couple seconds, but that's fine. At least we're alive. That's just kind of a risk you take with that strat. I would rather flop like that than under turn. Like, that was like an over early turn. It's better to do that than to do the under early turn and flop later. So I'll take that. I'll take that error. You have to be so aggressive on that turn, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it is a jump scare either way though, for real. I've definitely had moments in that level where I've been like literally a frame away from death. What's up, Vonnie? Thank you for the good luck. Yeah, thanks everybody for the good lucks. Hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday today. Happy hump day. Anyone get humped today? Oh my god, where am I? You did yesterday? Congrats, Megan. Just watched the Salt video, saw the comment, saw his live. Wow. Had a nice series of events there. Welcome, Idol. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and pleasure to have you. And thanks anyone who left a nice comment or enjoyed the Summoning Salt video. I read through actually quite a lot of them. Obviously I couldn't read them all, but I read through a lot of them last night, and people were generally pretty positive reception overall. At least to me. And to everybody, I mean everyone had their unique personality and contribution to the category of any percent, and I think it was all so beautifully highlighted in the video. Beautiful thing. Yeah, I didn't hear the gem drop, so I think I'm good. really? Work with me. Could have recovered that a little better. Oh, goddammit. Okay, just give me the spinless jump and we'll call it even. Oh, barely. Thought I lost height on that. Overall decent. Yeah, some time lost, sometimes. That's kind of like a theme of this run so far. Some good stuff, some bad stuff. Overall decent. Push you guys back a little bit. You guys are getting a little too close. You guys are getting into my personal space here. Flat screen in my face. It's safe. Majority time. Okay. Okay, you know what? Not good, but at least we're getting the birds. Silver lining to those birds, even though they're losing a few seconds. At least they're not, like, completely dodging me. What's up, Lori? Thank you for the freaking raid. I forgot what it was called. Thank you, Lori. Hope you had a nice stream. Probably losing some time here. Yo, mad lady, thank you for the good luck. Oh my god, hit this bitch. You missed the button there. Metalhead Silver Line. What, it was at the classic, like, oh, it's all good, like, into run dying. Yeah, we're definitely losing. Oh, I actually thought I was losing more time than that. I thought it was gonna be like plus 10 on record there. Still in this. Bleeding time, but still in this. Actually, we do have some time save in the next couple of splits here. Sort of. See you later, Scallops, and thank you for the good luck. Yeah, Ice Cavern time save on record, and Shemp time save on the 120. Rage compilation? Hell yeah. I haven't made many compilations in my day. So, probably a lot of old clips in there. Yo, Brando, thank you for the gift. The all-deserving Jordy. Good target. I tried doing the jump charge that you do there, Jordy, on the quick kill. I fucking missed so bad, so I'm like, you know what? I am just not even gonna do that. All good. Everything's okay. just stick to the muscle memory. Don't need to overcomplicate it. What's up, Orphan Annie? Thank you for the gift as well. Love you. Some water. Oh yeah, the Tuval lore always goes deep. You love to see it. I love that Salt included a clip of Tuval's face. Like, I had never actually seen Tuval's face before. Yeah, thanks for checking out Shino and welcome to the stream. Pretty solid run here. Not to jinx it or anything. Yeah, the plus or minus is comparing to world record. I know it's kind of confusing, but yeah, that middle and right column are both like world record. It's just the way live split is laid out makes it like weird. But yes. What's up, Shanmania? An excellent day indeed. Gorgeous, sunny outside. Perfect day to stay inside and in a dark room, stare at a TV. I'm with you. I did get my nice morning walk today, though. Took my car to the mechanic as well, so I got outside. Nice, good cavern. Back ahead of back ahead of record. Rack weldered. Oh, what's wrong, Straw Booby? Dude, those were good. Man, that's like my favorite part about like going to events or just meeting up with people is just having drinks in a hotel room and talking shit about everybody in the community. I'm looking at all you guys. No, I'm kidding. What's up, Morbid? Thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Yeah, you'll get deep, man. Like, or we'll all, I should say, we all get deep, you know, in the hotel room after some drinks, you know, on the topic of perseverance and philosophy and community drama. Like, these things just come naturally to the drunken hotel room hang. And I'm all about it. I'm all for it. As well as just like real life stuff, you know, like stuff that you just don't really share much with your, you know, online buddies on a speedrun Discord or Twitch chat. It's like stuff. It's like, you know what, dude, like, fuck my chud ass life. I'm gonna quit speedrunning. Fuck this, you know, it's like shit like that, you know. Like all of it's like out there on the table in an environment like that. So I really love that dynamic. No, don't quit speedrunning, you're so sexy. Meanwhile, half of my comments are like, dude, can he please just put a shirt on? Like, please. Yeah, I'm planning on going to SGDQ, but we have yet to book a ticket or flight for that. But that is the plan, is SGDQ. SGDQ and Yinglings with my boy Vidya. You already know. I'm bringing the Mick Ultras this time, man. What's up, Zero? I would really prefer if you went to SGDQ. Good quote, good quote. All right. Surprisingly not losing too much time. I normally lose like a ton of time on record in that level, so not bad. Yeah, for April Fools, Shanmania. Switch it up. Just gotta wait a year. My timing was a bit off. Did I see the new Spyro summoning salt video? Not only did I see it, I did a whole 2.5 hour reaction to it on stream yesterday. So if anyone wants my, you know, deeper, nuanced thoughts about the game and the players and the story and the video and everything, please feel free to check out my stream from yesterday. It's at the end. Oh, unlucky, dude. I'll be losing time for that. I wonder if, like, charging into them is better there? I don't know. For that recovery. Someone should time that. No! Oh, my run's dead, bro. Come on. I landed too far forward in the first room. Let's finish the split and then decide if we want to continue. I might reset since I have been keeping up with record pretty well here. So let's I'm just gonna reset. It's gonna be like a 10-15 second time loss, but I'm just gonna reset. I would have totally been justified in continuing that run for how strong it was up to that point. And considering the time loss was only like roughly 15 seconds, like it would have still definitely been 120 pace. But we're still pretty early in the grind today, and I have the energy to reset, so I might as well. Yeah, that was a great attempt. I'm actually not mad about that at all. How much was I asked for input during the Summoning Salt video? A lot, actually. Summoning Salt did, you know, one of the reasons he's the GOAT is because he really did his research with, he made a whole private Discord with myself, Laura, you know, fucking Chris LBC, even for some reason the Rixer was in there, even though he doesn't even run this game. Or maybe he does, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Ricky actually had a lot of valuable insight as well. I'm glad he was in there. Even Surreal was in this Discord, and so yeah, all throughout the last few months, you know, Salt would like ping each one of us individually and be like, "Hey, how did you feel about this record?" Or, you know, giving like additional details and context. So yeah, he really listened to all of us, you know, as he was putting it together, and responded a lot to all of our insights, and even posted like rough drafts of like parts of the video and took criticism from us and stuff. It was a really transparent like video making process. Really I really admire him for that. Transparent and collaborative. He definitely didn't just like pick his, like, he didn't just write a script and then make a video to fit his narrative or something, you know, which can happen pretty easily if you don't do that sort of transparency, research, and communication. Yeah, I'm impressed too that I was able to not mention it on stream at all until the day of or whatever. If this is world record pace after Stonehill, you're gonna resub? Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that, Karma. Watch me just have the worst Dark Hollow ever. Bruh. Looks like I'm not getting a resub. What is up with this jump today, bro? What's up, Kira? Just watched the Summoning Salt video. Just need to ask, am I actually from Congo Bongo? No, I'm not. I hate to lie to you. I couldn't lie to you, Kira. I couldn't do it. I'm actually from California. but I currently reside in Virginia. I moved out here 3 years ago to be with my girlfriend, who met me through my stream during a Jack and Daxter playthrough. Isn't that cute?
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
But no, the reason my flag on speedrun.com is Congo Republic is because I like the colors of it. At least Nestor's been working with me today. Yeah, I did an all orbs playthrough of Jack and Daxter you can see on my YouTube a few years ago. What's up, Cange? Thanks for the good luck. Thanks for the good luck, Shadow. Email Mark Cerny. Good idea. Like, do the really self-deprecating, like, fan mail thing where it's like, hey, like, I know you're probably not going to see this, but, you know, I just want to let you know I'm a big fan of Spyro, and I know you probably don't care, but, like, I have, like, the world record and stuff, and, like, I just thought I'd share with you. I just got a new record. It's like, bro, like, calm down. Oh, God. It's okay if you don't reply. Hope I'm not annoying you. That's it. There you go. Marky Poo. Wonder how many messages Markiplier gets like that. Oh, yeah, turned in a little too hard there. Fuck. Might reset. Let's finish the level, see how bad it is. Oh, it's fucked. Keep it moving. At least we got that. Saving grace. Yo, Adrian. Welcome, welcome. Not great, but I will continue. If the rest of Artisans is like goes badly, then I'll reset. I'd like to at least stay within like 10 seconds of record, even if I'm a bit behind. Yo, Raza, thank you, thank you. Dude, thanks for the lurk, Adrian. That's really kind of you. Hope you have a beautiful evening. Bing bong filet mignon. Dude, I haven't had a filet mignon in a while. My parents used to love filet mignon. Kind of a controversial steak, actually. A lot of, like, steak fans are like, oh, there's not enough fat, so there's no flavor. It's like, bruh. It's about more than that, man. It's about more than having the most beef in your veins. It's about... I don't even know what it's about, honestly. But I feel like filet mignon gets a bad rap. It's just pricey. That's the only thing about it. For what you're getting. But the tenderism, man. The tenderness of it. You can't talk shit on that, man. It's just delicious. Do I like my cook staked? Medium rare, of course. My parents eat their steak really fucking rare, like almost blue rare. So I'm not that far gone, but medium rare is my thing. Beef in 2026 is crazy. The beef situation is crazy. Dude, I'm actually gonna cook some beef tonight. I chopped up some little beef chuck strips and marinated them with, like, you know, a bunch of, like, seasonings and pepper and oil and all sorts of shit. Lime, vinegar, stuff of that nature. That shit's been sitting in the fridge for like a day and a half now, so it's gonna be some bomb-ass carne asada tonight. I also have some potatoes that I cooked up last night that I'll probably reheat in the air fryer to go with it. Carne asada fries. We also have a ton of leftovers. Left a whole half of a Italian sub that I made for Sarah in the fridge, as well as I'm gonna eat some of her leftover chipotle with, like, some additional ground turkey and rice that I made for, like, my midstream snack. We're doing good in the food department in this household, I must say. See you later, Adrian. You only trust beef grown in petri dishes? Yeah. I too live in a dystopian world. Oh, it's because you don't want to touch grass, like, by proxy. I get it. Understandable. Tragic. To those who blinked and missed it, I fell off a cliff, basically. What's up, Mem? Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it. It's alright, because that run was a little sus anyways. We're checking out the Spyro speedrunning history video. I hope you liked it. What's up, Karma? Thank you for the good luck.
Okay, rolling. Oh!
It's been peace, ladies and gentlemen. the comments or stuff. I like pretty diligently went through the comments last night and like, you know, kind of narcissistically tried to find any comment that mentioned me. And all of them were very nice, you know. This always surprises me about like people's general reception to Spyro speedrunning or just to me. Is that like, yeah, you get the odd person here that's like, fuck this guy, but like for the most part, everybody's really nice. It kind of surprises me. I thought I would have more haters at this point. But I ain't complaining. Yeah. Dude, that literally, that's always what it is. It's always like, anytime we're talking about like Spyro speedrunning in the community and everything, and it gets like, it's a video that like kind of reaches a wider audience. It's like, it goes from talking about like speedrunning and our love for Spyro and stuff, like from the nuclear fan base, to like, what's with these trans people? They always get, the people who just can't fathom like being trans, like always got to make themselves known in the comments. It's just fucking so stupid. I really feel for Laura and Ash with that. What's up, Martine? Welcome. Oops. I kind of needed that flag. Can I have this one? No. Alright, let's just pray to get lucky in the pit here. In the pit of despair. And by lucky, I mean let's hopefully not hit any frogs. Oh, never mind. And we're fucked. Come on. Really slow Dark Hollow so far. I'm tempted to reset this, but let's continue for now. Clean up the back half nice, then maybe it'll still be around a 350. Yeah, isn't that funny, NG Plus, that it's like I've watched so many summoning salt videos over the years. This is the first one where I literally like knew everything that was gonna happen before it happened, even having never seen the actual whole video before. Just surreal. Ugh, I'm resetting. I'm sorry. That's too much time loss. If I'd have hit that boost there, then I was like, that would have been the confidence booster I needed. But it's all good. What you learned from the summoning salt videos, you shouldn't reset early. Unless you're playing 120% in 2026, then it is justified. What I learned in boating school is... Yeah, it sounded like that. I said, God, what a... Someone came into my chat. I had like a SpongeBob moment like that. Someone came into my chat and was like, hey, Deo, I'm feeling you're going to get world record today. And I was like, hey, I doubt it. But thank you. The fucking license guy. I just got my license. Yes, I'm aware. I was aware of the summoning salt video when he started working on it back in January of this year, late December, early January. And as Megan kind of pointed out earlier, I'm really proud of myself for not like spoiling the secret these last few months. There have definitely been moments like on stream where like I really wanted to mention it, but like I had to be like, okay, don't do it. Be cool, be cool. Do you think there's a crossover between people who shit on pineapple pizza and people who shit on Nickelback? I think that's pretty fair. I think there's a lot of crossover there. That's like that Venn diagram is probably a circle. They definitely fall under the category of like just shitting on something because it's, you know, just to be like a, what's the word, contrarian, or to be cool or whatever. Shitting on something because other people do. I think those things definitely fall under that category. Nickelback is goated, dude. I don't care what anyone says. I fuck with Nickelback. I don't know like really any of their songs. Except for like 2 or 3 maybe. I wouldn't exactly call myself a super fan. Look at this graph. Trendy thing to hate. Dude, and I used to be that way in fucking middle school. I used to hate on everything that was trendy and popular. And now going back and looking at all those things I hated on, I fucking love them now. Like the Soulja Boy dance. Oh my god, I used to hate that shit. All the fucking random ass Mexican dudes at my middle school would be fucking doing the stanky leg and the Soulja Boy. And they'd come up to me, they'd be like, yo, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg. I'd be like, what? No. I'm gonna put in my iPod and listen to Pink Floyd now. Bye. You don't understand real music. Like, that's what I was thinking, like fucking dumbass. But now I'm all about it. Oop. Frog's trolling me. Bruh. Yeah, it's all good, guys. Yeah, once again, I'm seeing some light Spanish discussion in the chat. No, I don't have anything against other languages, but please try to speak English only in my chat, please. Thank you. I know that one guy, Martin, always comes in here speaking Spanish. Please resist the urge to speak Spanish to him. Thank you. We've tried getting him to stop. You can't get him to stop, so you know what? Just let him be. But yeah, if you guys want to like friend up and have a, you know, have a discussion elsewhere, that's totally fine, but just so I can understand what the fuck is going on. Thank you. Crank the surgery boy? I don't think that's what it's called.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
Yeah, guys, it's all good. Thank you for your efforts in the chat. I love all of you. I hate saying it out loud. Oh, English only, please. It makes me sound fucking like racist or something. You know? Like, fuck you for knowing another language. You know, that's what it sounds like. I'm trying so hard not to sound like that, you know? I just kind of like let people say whatever, you know? I think Carlos Alazraqui speaks Spanish. Maybe. I don't know. I did meet him in person once. But I only spoke English to the guy.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Just starting runs. I've been going for just under an hour and a half so far today. I've gotten one world record pace into Magic Crafters, and nothing much since then. This should work. What's up, Draco? Good to see you, man. That's a good turn there. What is the Summoning Salt video? It's a video that just came out yesterday talking about the world record history of Spyro any percent. And the reason why everyone's talking about it is because it was made by probably the most popular and well-known speedrun documentarian on YouTube named Summoning Salt. So, pretty big deal. Yeah, check it out. I also did, if you're curious, I also did a full reaction to that video where I like pause a bunch and give additional context and opinions and stuff. You can check that out on my stream from yesterday. It's at the very end. Where did I got them all? Should be... Wait, did I miss one there? Is it supposed to be 315 or 316? You'd think I'd know the answer to this. Anyone know? We'll be able to check again when I enter Town Square. No, I didn't collect? Fuck. How do I even recover that? I'm just gonna reset. Whatever. Yeah. How do I have so much patience? I don't know, I just really like speedrunning this game and streaming. It's not for everyone, I'll say that, like, first and foremost. Like, I think a lot of people would lose their patience pretty quickly with this.
Okay, rolling.
But I don't.
Oh,
I don't know.
it's been
I guess the only answer is I like doing it. Even if it does get tedious or repetitive or boring or whatever. Yeah, I like hell. I love reset hell. I mean, it's not crazy to say that speedrunning is a bit of a hobby for neurodivergent masochists.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
I don't think that's a stretch to say at all. But in spite of that, you know, finding a path of enjoyment and inner growth, I think, is part of the beauty of that journey. It's sort of like you're overcoming like, you know, some adversity in that respect, like every day. You know, it really feels like you're doing something productive, even if in reality you're just playing the same game over and over. You can definitely spin it both ways, as being like a total waste of time or as being like a very valuable journey of inner growth. I think a lot of people kind of miss that second part to it. Does this feel like a more complex racing game? I guess so. I mean, racing games are kind of unique. Depends on the game, I guess, but racing games are kind of unique. I'll say this. I think speedrunning this game is similar to a racing game, not in the like fast-paced movement racing line sense, which I guess you could argue that, but more so in the fact that you could always take a corner a little better, you could always move a little bit more optimally, or set up your movement more consistently. I would say there is that's like the biggest similarity. And you know, you can speedrun racing games as well. You know, let's not forget. What's up, Das Cats? Really enjoyed Summoning Salt. Good to see you feature. Yeah, dude. No, that was a wonderful video. I quite enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed it, indeed.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Oh, thank you, Con Nauseum. Love the username, by the way. Yeah, people in the comments were saying like I'm like a drunken monk or something like that. which I like that. I'll take that. That works for me. Oh my, some water up in here. Come on, Nestor. Come on, artisans. I've been getting a lot of Nestors, just getting trolled in the homeworld. Should work. Yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned that Infernal Parade, the fucking monks from Spyro 2. Dude, I missed that same thing again. Oh my god, is this gonna work? It's super good. Somebody came into my Discord and was like, oh hey, I'm drawing like fan art of all my favorite, you know, Spyro players, but like as Spyro characters. And so they're like, what should I draw you as? Oh wait, hold on. Guys, I'm getting a call from my mechanic. I have to BRB. One sec. I'll be right back. Sorry, this is important. Yellow. Hey, yeah, how's it going? Oh no. Oh, that's not bad. It was gonna be like 200 something anyway, so that's not bad. Yeah, that's great. And can it be done by tomorrow? Is that a possibility, or what's the time frame? Oh, that's great. Yeah, so go ahead and okay all of that. And is there anything else like pressing? Or you want to tell me everything that's okay, great. Oh, okay, that's cool. All right, that's awesome. All right, yeah. So just leave the key on the freaking what is it, on the passenger seat or somewhere up there. Okay, that works. Can we do the payment now? That's possible. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll wait for a call back. No big. All right, appreciate it. Bye bye. There was a leak on one of the lines. Why? The fix isn't that bad. Which isn't too bad compared to what's gonna be like around. Sorry. Good. Good. No, I agree. Could you guys hear that whole conversation? Imagine I said my whole card number like in the hallway and you guys could hear it. That'd be so funny. No, if she'd have been like, yeah, can I? If she'd have said yes, we can do payment, I would have like gone all the way outside. I had a feeling you guys could hear me. I like try. What I should do, because she's gonna call me back, is what I should do is I should like mute my mic when she does that. That would probably be the smart play. You'd think I'd have learned strats like that streaming. Oh, you just heard the oh no? Yeah, no. You know what happened is so we were hoping that it was just going to be like just recharge the AC system, like do like the flush or whatever of the coolant, the Freon or whatever it's called. But they did find like a leak on like one of the hoses, so they're like replacing that. But it isn't like they have to replace the whole HVAC system or anything. The actual compressor and everything is fine on it. So it's like a little worse than expected, but not like a fucking nightmare or anything. So thank goodness. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. And luckily the car should be finished by tonight, so I'll be able to pick that up later and have it ready for our trip to DC this weekend. So all's well that ends well. It's gonna be somewhere between like $300-400 bucks, I think. Which is pretty fair, all things considered. For the work, all things considered. What's up, Con Nauseum? Thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Kind of car? It's a Pontiac, Montana. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you guys all this information. You guys are just gonna go steal my car tonight. Yeah, we left the key right there for you. And all your viewers, too. Do I want to meet Mr. Beast? Dude, the freaking I Show Speed being like, Mr. Beast, was that really you who donated? Mr. Beast! Oh, shit. Yeah, if someone steals my car tonight, I'll at least know who it is. Oh, that sucks, Sverna. That sucks.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been...
What's up, Huss? How you doing? How you doing? I love the NASA badge in the chat. It's like, damn, this guy went to space. Let's fucking go. This guy must be really smart. Cars are expensive. Yeah, I mean this fix isn't going to be too bad. Like I said, it's going to be like maybe like $350, maybe approaching $400. To fix the AC, like in preparation for summer, I think that's like money well spent on a car that has like, you know, 185,000 miles and is in good condition besides that. And before anyone says it, before any of the DIY mechanics say it, I actually did try doing the DIY fix where you like buy the cans of like pressurized coolant and like, you know, fucking put it in the low pressure like fucking hose and check the gauge. I did that and it showed the pressure was fine, so I didn't want to like over pressurize it. So before anyone gives me shit, I did try to fix it myself. Sometimes you just gotta take it to the old mechanic. That's life. Am I planning any percent? No, so Summoning Salt just made a video about the any percent world record history, and which some of you guys may even be here from. Welcome if so. But right now I'm sticking to 120% for the extended future. My goal in this category is to improve my 119 however much I can. At all. It's been many months of me grinding this category, and I'm not really even that close yet. Well, I've gotten close a couple times. But, you know, it's like shooting stars at this point to get runs that match it or come close. I've gotten many runs that have been like within a minute of record, and a couple of runs that have been like seconds away. So, you know, it's not like completely fruitless or anything, but yeah, I have a lot of work left to do in this category, and also I just prefer running this category over any percent. So yeah, I have no plans on switching back to any percent anytime soon. Despite being second place. I know from a glance it might seem like, dude, you should go get the record back in any percent, but dude, Composer is like, if you watch the Summoning Salt video, you would know Composer is really like in a league of their own in this game. And they like, I mentioned this like I talk more in depth about this in my reaction, but like Composer just like has an approach to the game that I think he's just, I think they're just on another level than me, to be honest with you, in that category at least. Bruh. So I don't really feel the need to like try to like beat Composer. Like it'd be cool to like at least get closer to them, but I know that like even in a best case scenario, if I were to approach Composer's PE, it would be almost, I don't want to say impossible, but just extremely difficult to beat it. And then like it's a very likely situation that Composer will just come back for a third time and like just take it back, you know? That's like kind of the dynamic of like trying to battle Composer through the 36s for me. And it's like, I'm glad I like fought Composer through the 36s and then we tied twice, taking the record down through the 36s. But with all that said, where it's landed now with Composer having a 36-21 and me having a 36-35, it might seem like that's kind of a big gap, and I could close it maybe a few more seconds for sure. But you know, with all that said, like I'm genuinely just happy with that PB, and I don't feel the need to like take the record back. I think Composer put it in a really strong place to where I don't need to like, I don't have like I don't need to prove anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like my vibe with it, especially with it not being my preferred category. It's like I would want to have like a little bit more motivation than that. You know what I mean? I don't know. But hopefully this perspective makes sense to some of you guys. I've talked a lot about this topic. In fact, I made a whole video talking about like I'm done going for record in any percent. So if you're curious to hear more of my thoughts about that, you know, in the wake of a pretty intense any percent grind, this was like, you know, just over a year ago. Feel free to check out that video on my channel. But yeah, TLDR, I just like running this category, and you know, the game is getting so optimized now that it's like I have to really like pick and choose my battles, you know, because any one of these like grinds is a major undertaking. Anyway, Cyclone, thank you for the 55 months at tier 3. What a legend. Halfway through the reaction. So many memories. Good luck with the grind. Yeah, dude, many memories indeed. That was like one of my biggest takeaways from the Summoning Salt video, is that it's like, I just got sentimental about this whole trip down memory lane, all these old runners, some that I knew, some that I didn't know personally. You know, and it just looking back, you know, on my early, you know, records and the pop-offs and watching them all and seeing Laura's as well and Composers and Ash's. It was all very much just a big trip down memory lane for me, and it made me quite sentimental, I gotta say, quite emotional to watch. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. Yeah, oh my god, Laura's first record where she's like breaking down crying, like like intense. Like just watching that, it's like makes you want to shed a tear, you know. Deep one. If I never speedran or stream for a living, what would I do? That's not a very deep question. I know you thought that was a deep question, but it's not a very deep question. I'd probably be teaching music or working just some random job. That's about it. I should, you know, even though I do stream in place of a real job, if I was smart and like really on that hustle, I would get a job anyways, you know, like plenty of streamers do it, even if they're able to support themselves like me through their communities. It's like, you know, it can be pretty mind-numbing and unnecessary pressure to like have all of your eggs in one basket. So even despite my current circumstances, it's not a crazy idea to get a job anyways, you know. So in my mind, it really has nothing to do with how much money I do or don't make from this. It's more a question of how much pressure I want to put on myself and how hard I want to grind in just like in life in general. There's no like wrong answers to that sort of question. In what way would I teach music? I was going to be, before I committed to full-time streaming, I was on my way to getting a teaching credential to teach music in like high school. I don't know if I would do that now. I would probably at this point now just get like a random ass like job somewhere. I don't know where. My PS2's fan is kicking on here. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's really not good, guys. Hold on. What is up with that? Yeah, my PS2... I think my PS2, like, overheated momentarily there. That's really not good. What I'll try to do is I'll put, like, my other PS2 on top of it so it puts, like, a weight down on it. And hopefully that helps a bit. Yeah, I've never had this PS2 do that before. I gotta refresh the capture card. And I might go turn on the AC as well since it's getting pretty hot in here. Okay, BRB 1 sec while I do that. going to point this fan at the PS2 as well. That helps a little bit. Alright. Let's get it. Man, runs are tough today. I hope to finish at least one here.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Should work. How's it going, Gendies? Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Hope you're doing well lately. Hope life is good. No, I've never grown my own weed before. I've had friends that have grown weed. I think my mom even tried like growing a plant once. But, I'm not much of a gardener, to be honest. Besides, weed is so cheap now, you know, it's like... I make like a half an ounce last like a whole year, pretty much. So... It's not really a pressing matter to me. Okay, I'll revise my statement. I go through like an ounce a year. I think that's like a more fair statement. It's like half an ounce if I'm being very conservative. So I think at this point I gotta kind of get out of like world record brain and just try to get on to like let's get through a run attitude. Yo, Cyclone, thank you for the 5 gifts, man. Love you, dude. And of course for the tier 3 earlier. Your support means the world to me. I love you. Yeah, the goat. There's many goats in this stream. Cyclone's up there. Yeah, I've seen that with a lot of my friends as well, Vox. You're not alone with that. Like, I smoke weed pretty frequently, but I don't really, like, smoke a lot at a time is my thing. I think very similarly to alcohol, it's like when you wait with your consumption, like, until, like, later in the day after you get done, like, with your work or whatever, that really helps kind of, like, keep it to a minimum for me. And some days I just forget to, like, smoke at all, you know? It's just not, like, a pressing matter. If anything, I waste a lot more money on beer. I drink beer pretty much every day. And again, not like, I wouldn't say it's like an excessive amount. I'm not like getting all trashed or anything, but you guys see my Sonic Adventure 2 streams. Like that's really the real money sink, and if I'm gonna try to limit consumption, it should be of that. I think weed's addictive. I think it can be, I definitely think it can be addictive. I don't think it's addictive for everybody. Like, I don't think I'm addicted to weed. But I'll say this, if I didn't have like a productive hobby like speedrunning that I, you know I do better when I'm sober, then I would probably be a lot more like lost in the realm of addiction and alcoholism and, you know, wake and bake and all that. Like, without having this, like, this hobby really keeps me grounded with stuff like that. That doesn't mean I have it all figured out by any means. And here's the other thing, like, yeah, sure, I don't smoke a lot of weed now, and I think it's because I drink so much beer that it like, oh, okay, like that's enough for me. Whereas if I like tried to cut back on alcohol, then I would start smoking a lot more weed. I'd do like the California sober thing, you know? So, there's like that element as well. Dude, it's Spyro 2 King. Wake up. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird for me because I think a lot of people, like kind of what Vox is saying, you know, I think a lot of people are in my position where like they drink and smoke, but like, you know, they drink enough to like not want to smoke as much to where it's a problem. But then at that point, it's like, then your drinking is just a problem, you know? So, yeah, for me, it's like, I'm still at a point in my life, I'm 30, I'm still at a point in my life where I very much enjoy alcohol and drinking and stuff, and it's like, I have a pretty, I think, it's just, I have like a fun relationship with it. I don't even know how to describe it, but at the end of the day, it's all just cope, because it's all poison at the end of the day. No matter how much I try to like justify the amount or the relationship or all that. But just being candid, it's like, I definitely will say this, I don't feel ready to like put down the bottle yet. I don't feel ready yet. At some point in my 30s, I will probably get there, but I'm not there yet. Just being honest. Well, that's a compliment from you, time traveler, because you've seen me go as hard as physically possible in my case. Like, you've seen me on, like, vacation mode, you know, so to speak. And most days, obviously, I'm not that extreme. Me and time traveler can put down beers like nothing, but that usually ends up translating to, like, what, like 5 to 9 beers, like, in a given day, like, slowly over the course of a day. Everyone's got a different definition of, like, heavy drinking. For some people, that would be heavy drinking, you know? And for others, that's, like, light work. Oh, God. It's all quite relative with that stuff. There's no need to cope, though. I mean, like, kind of my attitude about it is, like, I accept that, like, whatever degree of alcoholic I am an alcoholic. And I'm not ready to quit yet. And that's just kind of like where the conversation starts and stops in my mind. Once I'm ready, then I'll do it. And hopefully it doesn't get to a point where I'm, like, dying or, like, you know, causing pain in my life or anything like that over it. Hopefully I can have the wisdom and the foresight to stop it before it gets that ugly. But knowing, you know, the history with other people, you know, it usually takes things getting pretty ugly before you know, you do, as a catalyst to actually stop. So since it's not, like, ugly for me yet, I don't feel the need to stop, you know what I mean? Vicious cycle, you might say. These are pretty bad artisans. I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, I'm gonna just try to keep, like, a no reset-y attitude here. Oh, your dreams got bad when you quit weed. I've heard other people say something similar. I have trouble sleeping, actually. The funny thing with weed is actually, like, a lot of the common effects that people, like, say weed has, I tend to have the opposite. Like, people always say they get hungry smoking weed. No, well, weed suppresses my appetite. It makes me not want to eat. It's the only thing I've ever really consumed that does that. And sleep is another one. People will, like, take an edible or smoke indica to go to sleep. But if I smoke weed and then get into bed, like, my mind is just racing. Or I'm just, like, I don't know, I just space out, like, super hard. And, like, my mind is just working harder. Similar thing with, like, eating before going to bed. It's like the mental version of, like, eating before bed. Like, when you eat before going to sleep, it's like your body's working harder to digest food, even though you feel more satiated and relaxed. I think it's kind of like that with weed, but just like the mental version of it. For me. Try a different strain. How about we address the root cause? Nah, too much work. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, and even when I do fall asleep, like, say I take, like, an edible or something and, like, you know, I fall asleep, like, I don't get a good night of sleep when I'm faded. My mind is like, you know, I can't go into that really deep, like, sleep. Again, I know it's probably the exact opposite as what maybe some of you guys experience, but that's just my experience. I know for a lot of people, it's like they can't sleep without weed. Or alcohol, or without, you know, full stomach, you know. But it's kind of, for me, it's like I try to stay like close to remembering, like our bodies aren't designed to need these things to function, you know? And I guess I'm lucky enough that I can like, but I'm lucky enough to be in touch like with my body in that sense that I don't need these supplements. So like whenever I use them, it's like it doesn't feel right or natural to me. But you know, kind of an interesting thing about the human body, not just that everyone's different, but also that like it's it can really adjust for what you put in it and for schedules of consumption and things. Like you get used to eating before bed. I mean, I used to be this way. I used to be very much like eat before bed, like all the time. And then once I stopped doing that so much, like, oh my god, I was sleeping so much better. So, but again, I have to acknowledge that maybe I'm lucky for having that, like, having that connection to my body. We're having a more, I guess you could say, a more naturally functional relationship to my physical being. Not everyone has that privilege or ability or whatever relationship. Are we all addicts? Yeah, a lot of people who watch me definitely, I'm not going to say a lot are addicts, but there's definitely, it's a pretty open, you know, forum of people here who are at different levels of drug usage, or addiction if you want to say. We're pretty open about it here. What's up, McCracken? What's up? I'm doing good, man. Chilling, trying to get through a no reset here. Sort of giving up on trying to get world record right now. Just trying to get, through a run. That's close. Just vibing and chatting. I can't put down the minty. I can't put down the cup. I can't put down the cup. Yeah, pretty much dingle. I agree with that. Judgment-free zone in that regard. I like that conversations like this can be open and not like super self-deprecating or like morally grandstanding, you know? I like that it can just be just open and not like that serious. Oops. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. Am I really gonna reset right now? Clifftown made me, dude. The level made me reset there. It literally canceled my glide. If you check the tape, I'm pretty sure I pressed X there. But sometimes it just drops your glide. Not a great run for that to happen. Chef Rich, thank you for the 23 months and thank you for the good luck. Appreciate the kind words. I am destined to a day of resetting, I suppose. It's alright, I still got a few left in me. I've only been going for 2 hours. It feels like I've been going all fucking day, dude. I'm definitely getting to that point where it's becoming a grind, you know? So I'm trying my best to no reset here. Maybe? No. Do I see this game one day getting sub 118? Well, first, before I can answer that question, we have to ask, can we first get sub 119? And to answer that question is, can anyone get another 119? So let's answer the questions in that order.
Okay,
You
rolling.
know, one step at a time here.
It's been
So is another 119 possible or humanly doable right now? Yes, I think we all can agree that myself and Jordy are capable of getting a 119 on any given run. And in fact, just based on our general paces and time saves in our good runs, I think it's fair to say that a mid 119 is within our reach on our best runs. So let's just say that like we all agree, like let's just assume that 119.30 is like within human grasp right now. It's practically possible. So now let's get back to your question. Is sub 119.30 possible? Well, yeah, I mean, if people get better at this game, I definitely can see a world where we gradually get better and slightly more things are found and we get into the low 119s. You know, after having achieved the mid or a few different high 119s. I could definitely see that, you know, just off of pure like human excellence alone. But sub 119, it's hard to see that right now, you know, to see the 118s being humanly doable with our current landscape of strategies and player skill. Right now, the sum of best for the best players, as well as the community sum of best, is in the low 118s. Community sum of best being a high 117. So to say anything like within a minute of that is humanly doable is tough. It's not a crazy thing to say in theory, but it's getting out of the realm of like practically possible in today's snapshot. So to review the question one more time, I think that a mid 119 is currently doable. I think that a low 119 or maybe even a sub 119, like a high 118, is possible in the future. Anything beyond that, I really can't say. It would be too far out, too much would have to change for me to give an accurate assessment. But it could change, and that could happen. So I'm not going to say it's not possible to get like mid 118 or even a 118 at all or below. It's just, I can't speak to it in the current field. I hope that answers your question in a super long and annoying way. A totally unnecessarily long way. I hope that answered your question. Remember that take is not like, you know, for forever. It's just a snapshot of what the landscape is right now on, you know, April 8th, 2026. People were saying something very different, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago. And in fact, people will be saying something different a year from now, 2 years from now. Should the game stay active. I would hope. Thanks for the good luck, Enzio. Your ass trying to suggest dabs, but that's still smoke. Technically, dabbing is vaping depending on how you take a dab. You can burn a dab and it can be like smoke, or you can like hold it further away from the heating element to be more like vaping. Dabs are like a weird like middle ground between smoking and vaping. But technically speaking, it's vaping. If you're like doing it by the book or whatever. Right? Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in that assessment. Any dab expert? I know we have some dab experts in the chat here. I mean, the same thing is true of any conduction vape, is that it's like if you put the whatever you're trying to vape too close to the heating element, it will burn, and thus it turns the vape into smoke. The vapor into smoke. So. Yeah, but at that point, you know, I mean, there's different types of vapes where, you know, that rule may or may not apply. Do I get pissed when my old college reaches out for donations? Yeah, I mean, I don't get pissed, but it's just like, it's just kind of like, you guys don't need it, you know, like, don't fucking sit here, like, begging me for money. You know what I mean? It's like kind of insulting, in my opinion, to like ask alumni for donations and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you guys aren't getting enough, you know? Like, from the fucking inflated tuition, from the fucking textbook the military textbook complex. Cut me a fucking break. But what do I know? I mean, maybe it is really not bad. I know, I'll tell you this, a lot of the buildings and structures that ended up getting built at my previous university were all funded by private donors, so like maybe it is like that's required for the infrastructure to stay up to date, who knows. But it just makes you wonder what all the tuition and textbook costs are going to. Because it's certainly not the infrastructure of the school. It's the same issue with like taxes, you know? It's like we pay all this money in taxes, and yet our roads still have, you know, potholes in them. So in order for the actual for the thing that taxes are meant to pay for to actually get fixed, there needs to be private donation. I guess that's just the world we live in. It's fucking stupid, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'll tell you this, I don't really have any like sentimental connection to my high school or college or anything. Like, you know, I had some great memories there, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I feel a moral obligation to make sure that it's like that the schools continues to stay afloat or something. Like I hold no emotional connection to that. Like supporting my old college is just about as good as supporting any other college in my mind. Yeah, it's definitely a red flag when people are like, you know, still living, you know, vicariously through their past. And people who like, you know, really romanticize their time in school can be like that. But, you know, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with looking back on the past and romanticizing. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? Hello? Nostalgia stream guy. Is that not what I am? So let's not get too... Let's not shit on people just being happy, like looking back on the past or anything, but yeah, people who identify with their past and say like, this is who I am, is this fucking... Like, I've never like really seen Spyro as like an extension of my identity, like this game is me, you know? So I think it's like a question of like, of identity more than happy memories. Yeah, some good splits so far in this Artisans. Like conflating your identity with the things that have made you happy through your life. Like, where do we draw the line with that? Should a line be drawn with that? I mean, dude, like, I identify as a guy that fucking chugs beer on stream. So I really let alcohol take a hold of my life in that way, you know what I mean? It's like, really, but who am I really, you know? It's kind of the same thing as or it's a similar discussion to, like, being defined by an old video game or by your old high school days or whatever. It's like you're just letting some external force decide who you are for you instead of deciding that for yourself, instead of your actions deciding that for you in today. Really, here's like kind of a fun, like, philosophical kind of thought. It's like we're a different version of ourselves every day. I've learned this through speedrunning, that, like, I'm not the same player in this game every day. Some days I'm just better than others. Oh, so close. I had the boost too, just turned it too hard. So it's like each day our actions define us, like, to be a different version of ourselves. And I think that's why holding on to past accomplishments and past achievements and making that your identity is bad, because it kind of takes you out of the current today actions defining you. But with all that said, you know, there's nothing wrong with being nostalgic. There's nothing wrong with looking back on past memories and school days and stuff and being happy about it, reminiscing, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just when you let those things define you, or you like grasp onto them as like your identity over your current actions today. Like, I think that's where it starts to get, like, kind of like negative. Did I see the summoning salt video? Yeah, and I even did an entire 2.5-hour reaction to it on my stream yesterday. So if you're curious about my thoughts on it and just some additional context and fun facts and stuff, feel free to check that out. It's at the end of my stream from yesterday. You can see it on YouTube. So I guess, like, that's kind of why speedrunning, another reason why speedrunning is cool to me, is because, like, each day is a new chance to, for your actions to kind of define you, I guess. Like, and I don't think it's a stretch to say that I kind of define myself by my runs on any given day. And that's for the better or worse, you know? I'm happy if I get good runs. I feel like I've done good that day. I feel like I am good that day. And vice versa, if I have shit runs or I can't finish a run, it's like the challenge is like finding a self-identity through the negative through like the negative results, you know. You have to say, like, okay, my actions were positive. Like, I still showed up and grinded even though I didn't get good results, you know. And that's gonna be what defines me. So it becomes like a real, like, a real game of daily self-reflection, this hobby. And I think that's what keeps it fresh a lot for me. Keeps it from being repetitive. Slightly increase, you know, Night Flight is just a loud level, so I reckon the sound is probably fine now, but if other people want me to turn down the game, just let me know in the chat. Some levels are just straight up louder than others. No, you good. Yo, Liv, thank you for the good luck. Welcome, welcome. Enjoy the lurk, Skywalker. Oh god. Bruh. Amazing flames. So sloppy. Losing time here. Whatever. What's up, Wolf? Thanks for the good luck. The story of my profile picture is I found it. Hold on. I found it when I made a Twitch account back in 2012, 2011, somewhere in there. And I just found it on Google. I just looked up like cute doggy or whatever. Found that picture. And since then, you know, people have asked me about it over the years. I've tried to look it back up, you know, reverse image search it. And wherever I had found it originally, it has been scrubbed from the internet. So now, I like to think of that dog as being mine in spirit now. So yeah, that's the whole story. I am the dog now. The dog has spiritually fused to be one with me now, or at least its memory. But no, I don't know its name or owner or anything like that. I got that dog in me, exactly. I finally made it over the ravine this time, and on a slightly better run too. Geordie birds, here we go. Ah, unfortunate. Big time loss for that. That's the thing with Geordie birds, is sometimes you just get fucked. That's why I like doing the old birds still, but I have to go off what direction they go. Yeah, the summoning salt video was great, I agree. Welcome, Neanja. So like in conclusion to like the philosophy discussion earlier is that it's like, I think it's good to reminisce on the past. It's nice to be nostalgic. These are all good things. But nothing from the past like defines you. It's only your actions today that define you. And that can be easy to forget. You could even take that thought process even further and say that, like, my actions earlier today don't define me because what I'm doing now defines me, you know? Like, you could take that even to the extreme. But again, it's easier said than done, in my opinion. It's very easy to, like, harp on things that, you know, regrets and all that. Quite a mental prison, you know, to be in that headspace. And for what, you know? Self-inflicted, truly. What's up, Pringle? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the salt vid. Did I speedrun anything before Spyro? No, I didn't. This is the first really main game I've ever speedrun. I've speedrun some other games over the years, but this has been the main one. In this category specifically as well. I've like very rarely ventured out into other categories. Like the whole summoning salt video was about like basically a side quest for me. With this category being the main quest. up, Jack Girl? Thank you for the good luck. Thank you, Doral. And thanks to anyone who left like a nice message mentioning me in the comments. I read through as many as I could have. Gave them a little thumbs up where I could. So a lot of love in the comments. Whoa. Okay, still within 10 seconds of record. If we have a good ice cavern here, I'm going to try to lock in for ice cavern and see if I can save some time back on record. Get maybe under 5 seconds behind. It's at 404. Yeah, I play on a PS2. I even have this cute Japanese controller here. You can type exclamation point setup for more info. It runs speedily, or speedier, perhaps. That's the plan. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifts. Spark's trolling me on that room. Love you, Anonymous. Hope you're having a great day today. Annoying. Probably not going to save as much time as I wanted to here, but hopefully still at least a little bit. Is learning Spyro fun? You grew up with both Spyro and Ratchet. You want to learn speedrunning. Big fan of it. Son. Dude, I mean, both Spyro and Ratchet and Clank are some of the best PlayStation speedruns out there. But to answer your question, is learning either of them fun? Well, it kind of just depends on your approach. Like, if you take a relaxed approach where you just start with a casual playthrough and maybe like a blind speedrun, which is just trying to speedrun the game without knowing any strats, and then maybe start with like a beginner tutorial, maybe learn part of the game, do some individual worlds. So if you take it slow like that, then I think learning to speedrun any game is really fun. If you try to like learn all of the hardest strats, and not do runs until you have them all down pat, I mean, it's not going to be as fun. But it's really up to you to decide how you want to approach speedrunning and how you want to learn and what you want to do and what's fun and what isn't. So, but I will say this, I think no matter what you do, there does come a point where you have to just learn from other players, which can be a tedious process, like watching and copying from videos of other people's gameplay. So, you know, I think it's fair to say no matter what your approach is, like be prepared for some tedium, and have some humility to know that you're not, you know, you don't have it all figured out, and that someone else already thought about all these things, that like somebody else already made all of the mistakes that you're gonna make in any given playthrough of a game. You know, like once you realize that and you start watching other people's gameplay, like the game starts to illuminate, like, oh, yeah, that's what they do. Oh, they do that weird movement to avoid this thing that I fucked up in my playthrough, you know? And that sort of stuff, it just comes with time and experience, but I think it's like a really rewarding process to go through all that. But it can be tedious and boring as well, so, you know, it's like both things are true. Again, it's just all how you want to do it. All how you approach it. Anonymous, thank you for the gift to fuck this game. In all caps, love it. Yeah, Spyro 2 and 3 are technically faster on PS TV. Luckily, that's not the case in this game. But yeah, it is the case in those games. Ooh, I'm dead. Oh my god, I lived. I got very lucky there. Yeah, luckily, even in Spyro 2 and 3, despite PS TV having technically the best load times, it's not like a lot faster, it's just slightly faster. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's a small enough difference that you can still achieve a world record in either of those games on PS2. So long as you have fast disk speed on. And yeah, as Blue Eye mentions, you know, anyone who's played PS TV knows that the input lag is really terrible. So. But, you know, I've seen other runners say that they've gotten very much used to it and that, like, the input lag doesn't bother them. They just can adjust for it. So, you know. Who knows? I know me personally, I would hate to play on a laggy setup. I refuse to play on a laggy setup. Like, even if I go to, like, an event or something and play on, like, a monitor with an upscaler, I'll still be complaining just for, like, the fucking, like... Just for an almost inhumanly noticeable amount of lag, I will, you know, I'm that much of a bitch about it. But other people are like, you know, they'll play on emulator, you know, with, like, a fucking laggy-ass monitor or whatever, and they'll make it work. You know, you get used to whatever setup you're on, it's just kind of the truth about it. When you you get really used to a low latency setup, it can make it hard to go back to a slower one. Or a laggier one, rather. Is it better to watch me here or YouTube? It's wherever you want, man. It's wherever you want to watch me the most, that's the best place to watch me. I also have a Kick channel that you can watch. In case you don't want to spend money on removing ads, you can watch on Kick for ad-free watching for free. So there you go. Take your pick. Uh-oh. That was actually the worst thing that could have happened here. This run's dead. I'm gonna just keep going here and just see what happens. That's easily like 20 seconds lost. Thank you, Liv, for the YouTube membership. Alright, you guys want to see a funny backup? Check this out. Yo, P5, oh, thank you, man. Dude, thank you for lurking for all this time, man. That means a lot to me, Sam. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Here's the wild backup here. Wish me luck. There we go. Not bad, not bad. So we'll see what the damage is from that. But like I said, probably at least 15-20 seconds is my guess. Yep. Guys, you know, I gotta keep it a buck with you. I want to reset, but also I just kind of, I'm getting this feeling like I shouldn't. I've been resetting for like 2.5 hours straight, and it's really starting to wear on me mentally. So I'm gonna continue this run for now. I'm sorry people who, you know, want to see like the best run ever or whatever, but you gotta give me some credit that I've been resetting a lot today, you know, so let's try to make this one work, try to, you know, bring it back a little bit, and yeah. Are we down with that? Is this run still valid? Still interesting to watch? Let me know in the chat. Are we still hyping? Nice. Good, Hecky, thank you for the super chat. Runs good plus good pace, thank you. And Lucy Eldis with the prime. Thank you, Lucy. I'll take that support as a message that this run is worth continuing. Yo, Shoddy, thanks for the good luck. Thank you for the supportive comment, BR. I really felt that in my heart. What's up, Fierce Pierce? How you doing? Thanks for the good luck. What's up, Penjies? Yeah, we are on Kick, Penjies. We are on Kick. Chilling. Are the vibes good? Asks Shoddy. Yeah, I would say the vibes are pretty good. You know, I've been, as I just kind of said earlier, I'll reiterate, I've been resetting like pretty much all day today. And so, even though I did just basically kill my run right now in High Caves, I am going to, thank you Tulu for the 5 gifts, by the way. Enjoy the yatas. I'm going to just continue this one and just vibe out. It seems like you guys are down for that. It just feels like the right thing to do right now after so much resetting. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to make the most of this run, bring it back to 120 pace if possible, and hope for the best. Yata. There we go. Yacht. Thank you, Tulu. Love you, man. Also, shout out Liv with the gift earlier. I think I missed that. Love you, Liv. Maybe I got that. I don't remember. Get double thanked if so. Ooh, a little behind cycle there. Come on, buddy. Losing time here. Cycle. Do people complain about no resets? People definitely pressure me to reset. I think that's not a stretch to say. But most of my community is pretty supportive of no resets as well. There's people on both sides of the fence there for sure. There's people who just kind of want to see a run and don't really care if it's like world record or not. And then there's people who like really only care to watch a run if it's like on PB pace. And I can definitely understand and respect both perspectives. That's just speedrunning for you. That's basically that's basically the hobby in a nutshell. You saw the Spyro 2 mod video? It was so much fun. Thanks for checking that out, Thomas. I'm really proud of how that video came out. Do check it out if you guys missed it. How I beat Spyro 2's hardest mod. Nice, barely got him. Oh, and I fucking flame charged like a little too early there. That was my bad. The vortex at the end of Blowhard is simply a slight time save. You can exit level there, it doesn't matter really. Losing time. But yeah, thanks for the good luck, Aegis. Yo, food. Oh, thanks for checking it out. Appreciate you. Checking me out. Hope you're having a fabulous Wednesday. You wouldn't be the first person to check me out on stream, if you know what I'm saying. And on that note, happy hump day. Anyone getting humped today? Dude, the weather is pretty gorgeous outside. It's like sunny but cool. Oh, Like my favorite. Actually, my favorite kind of weather is overcast because I'm like super white, so I don't like when the sun's out like too much. God damn it, dude. I'll get burned. Looks like I'm missing the cycle here. Pretty tragic terrace so far. Definitely losing time on this split. I'm kind of throwing it here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bro, just jump. I tried jumping, dude. I swear. No, this is fucked. I gotta be losing another 10. Dude, just why am I running over it? God. Ugh. This is Bush League. Fuck. I can feel my body temperature rising with embarrassment right now. Bruh. Dude, I am petering out, man. I am. How bad was that? Yeah, I thought I was gonna lose like 30 seconds there. I lost more like 20. That was a horrible terrace. Let's see if we can turn it around. I mean, I'm really my morale is low right now. I have to try to turn it around. I don't really I have no choice. I don't want my PS2 to overheat, but I have to point the fan at myself. I'm the one overheating now. Thank you for the good luck, Ricky. Appreciate it. Maybe that might have something to do with it, Jackta, but I think it's just because my PS2 is old and has been used a lot. There's probably just like dust in the fan or something. How many PS2s have I bought over the years? Not many. Maybe like a small handful. Oh, I went... Focus, dude. Hold on. Guys, I'm kind of struggling here. I'm like really losing it. Alright. Breathe. Fuck. Alright. Pretty unfortunate spot for that frog. Yeah, I mean, I could consider taking apart this PS2 and maybe try cleaning it out. That might help. This room does get pretty dusty from the AC and all that. And the PS2 is like right under the vent, so I just need a cleaning. What's up, Dehi? Welcome, welcome. I do really love this game. I hope you do as well. And if not, I hope you just enjoy being here. I welcome you. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, yep. Pretty much the worst cycle as possible there. Okay. Beers and Sonic tonight? I don't know. I mean, we'll see. It does say that on the YouTube title, but we'll see how I'm feeling after this run. I don't know. I did do like a 9-hour stream yesterday, and I'm pretty much out of beer as well, and I have to pick up my car from the mechanic later, so if I do play Sonic, it'll just be a little bit. I'm on a pretty, I gotta like keep it real with you guys, I'm on a pretty low vibration right now. I'm like really struggling to like want to play right now and to get through this run and all that. Like I'm really just, I'm trying to summon all of my salt here to just focus and make the most of this run, but it's a challenge right now for me. I mean, I've been resetting all day and this is my first no reset and it's already dead basically. So there's a lot of negativity floating around me at the moment. So I'm just trying to keep it cool and just keep it moving. And I can't really think too much harder beyond that. I don't have the brain power. So, thanks for bearing with me. I am trying my best. What's up, Dev? How you doing? Do I actively work on my capacity to be resilient? I mean, I would say that me pushing through this run and trying to make it the best it can be is exactly that. Is me working on my capacity to be resilient. So, yes. I hope you agree with me if I say the answer is yes because of that. Whether you agree with me or not on that is up to you. Anyone watch the new summoning slat video? Yes. Yes, I watched it. In fact, I did a whole reaction to it yesterday. I'm sorry if anyone's heard me say that a million times already. Yeah, if you're curious of seeing my entire full reaction to that, you know, with pausing and giving additional context and opinions and things, please feel free to check out the end of my stream from yesterday. I'll also probably be posting it as a standalone video on my second channel as well. Do I think it's cool when I die? I'll read the rest of that in a sec. Yes. I think it's cool if I... I'm just kidding. I didn't read that whole message, but with that, when I die, part of my legacy will live on in this game forever. You know, I used to think more highly of that. I used to think more highly of that thought. Like, you know, I'm leaving this legacy in the game and all that. But I don't really think that's a really, like, positive thing to latch onto. It's like your legacy. I mean, if you really think about it, you're gonna get forgotten eventually. It's just a question of how soon after you die. So, like, if the goal is to leave the longest legacy possible, like, I mean, like, that's like a losing, that's a battle you're gonna lose every time, even in the best case of scenarios. Furthermore, you know, after you die, you're not going to have an opinion on your own legacy. So, like, why does it even matter? It really just makes you feel better. Like, the thought of how you're remembered makes you feel better now. But really, like, I just don't think it's, like, a healthy thing to latch onto. Just for me, personally. I think it's a kind of an egotistical way of deriving, like, pleasure, you know? To think, yes, people will remember me. It's like a very, like, power-hungry way of, like, looking at yourself. It's like wanting to be powerful. Like that means you're better. Like, you're more valid because you're more powerful. More people know you. You're more famous. These are things that, in my opinion, are really vain and don't, like, really represent, like, what's, I don't know, like, those aren't, like, where happiness comes from, for me. And I think being concerned with your legacy, like, ties into that being, like, narcissistic and kind of, like, egotistical, power-hungry. But, you know, I definitely do think that, all those thoughts aside, I do think that, you know, like, sure, I'll leave some legacy in this game, you know? And that surely when I die, you know, people will probably know me as the Spyro guy. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm not, like, overjoyed at that, but I'm also not embarrassed of that either. I mean, it's just who I am, and I'm just happy that this is, like, what I've spent my time with in life and what I continue to do. The way I see it is, when I was a kid, like, my dream was to just play video games all day and just have fun and never need to get a real job, and I would say, kid me, it would be pretty proud of myself in that sense. I've done exactly that. Even though I'm fudging this helmet. So, you know, rather than thinking about the legacy or the past me would be proud or future people will remember me, we were kind of touching on this earlier. It's like all you really have is right now, and if right now you're happy with what you're doing, which I think is true in my case, then that's really all there is to it. All the legacy or or whatever, or reflection, regrets, this and that. These are all, I think, mental traps to make you feel better or worse about yourself, when in reality they don't really represent who you are. How people remember you, or what you did in the past, or things that'll happen in the future. It's all pretty fake, you know. It's all so abstract, and it kind of takes away from like your ability to, you know, just be happy with what you're doing now. I think everything has to be working towards the future, or relinquishing your past transgressions, you know. Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't know. What do I know? But yeah, I guess the ego side of me, you know, we all have an ego, and you know, the ego side of me is definitely very proud of what I've done in this game, and that people will remember me for it. But I'd really genuinely try not to put too much weight on that. I think it's a bit too self-serving. I've seen other people in competitive gaming and speedrunning who put a lot of weight on their legacy, and to me, looking at that from the outside seems kind of cringe. Oh, I found like all these glitches in this game. I found all these strats. I set all these records, so that's why you should listen to my opinion, you know, type of conversations. I've had that conversation with multiple people, and it's not a pretty one. Like, what is there to prove? Everyone needs to like feel important, you know? Everyone needs to feel like they've done something valuable. But you know, God doesn't care about that. I'm talking about when you die and stuff. As long as you treat people nice, you know, you don't need to be important. You don't need to be like, have a big legacy. Type shit. Yeah, true. What's up, ABC? Thank you for the YouTube membership. But yeah, you know, I'd like, just to reiterate, like, I'm not like so enlightened that I don't like put weight on these things, like my legacy or how people view me. Or, you know, I would actually say I'm actually way too sensitive to how people view me and what they think of me or how I'm remembered, things like this. This is like something I'm working on, you know, trying not to be so attached to those things. Because you can't control them, and they really don't mean much in the grand scheme of things. And just, again, you just do your best to do right by people now. What's past, what happens in the future, you don't know. It's the end, you know. Any more I mean, you could tell, like, just dwelling on this, it's just such a, you know, it's such a circular topic. You could go in like circles thinking about this stuff endlessly, and it just distracts you from what you're doing right now, like me with this run. I mean, it's pretty straightforward example, I must say. What's up, Entity? Thank you for the good luck. Crazy that flame is. Okay, I mean, I'll take that. Ruined run. I mean, this run can still be okay. I mean, we're on the cusp of a 120. So it's not like all fucked. This Lofty is kind of fucked right now. Keep it moving. Yeah, right now, just based on the pace, we're just barely like outside of 120 pace. So I'm gonna try to make my goal for this run like a low 121. Oh shit. Dude, please, Sparks, work with me. Like literally every mushroom has gotten in my way here. Please get out of the way. I mean, you could only give me so many Sparkses, you know, back up to gold. At this point, like, just keep intercepting me, mushrooms. Like, they're on a fucking mission. Still grinding old school? Yeah, you know, from time to time I'll pull up mobile and, you know, do some sailing. But nothing too crazy. I haven't played it on stream in a while. Been doing some Sonic Adventure 2 instead. Nice. But, oh, there we go. Not exactly clean, but we'll take it. Up Dralar. It's an extreme example, Dralar, but I do agree with your sentiment that it is a blessing to be forgotten. We put all this like value on being remembered, but like it could be just as beautiful as a thing to be forgotten. I mean, really, it doesn't even have to be beautiful or ugly to be remembered or forgotten. It just is what it is. It doesn't have to be something that you strive for, one way or the other. That's kind of like where I'm coming from. And I think the more attached you are to something like that, the more it gets in the way of like what you're trying to do. What's up, Remomo? Watch the Salt video, now you're awesome in it. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for checking that out, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this run, enjoy the stream. Keep popping in. We're talking about right now, to those just getting here, we're talking about the nature of leaving a legacy, like whether that should be something you strive for or not. A little bit of, you know, philosophy on this. Like, is it important to be remembered, or to be remembered positively? Or is it better to be remembered negatively than to be forgotten? And like, my opinion on it all is that it's like, it shouldn't, none of those like things about being remembered positively or forgotten or whatever, none of those things should carry as much weight as our ego like kind of dictates they should. They're like smoke screens that like muddy like what we're trying to do in the moment because we're so concerned with what people think. Very, very Buddhist take, you You know? You know, being forgotten is comforting in the same way as not being famous is comforting. You know, I've thought about this a lot, obviously, as like a online content creator. It's like, you know, it's like, do I want to be famous? Do I want my videos to go viral, you know? Do I want Spyro to be like exposed, you know, my speedruns to be exposed to as many people as physically possible? Is that the goal of what I'm doing? You look at people who are successful with what they do online, especially with like YouTube and Twitch and stuff. I mean, it's not exactly like they're, you know, sure, maybe they're making more money, but like, is it really like that much better to have a chat that moves at like 1,000,000 miles an hour and you can't like fucking read anything? You know, like when you really think about it. It's like, if anything, like the more fame or infamy that you get, it's like the more disconnected you are from your community, in a sense. Oh shit. I'll wait for this. What's up, Marathon? Thanks for the good luck. So yeah, like in the same way, there's like this virtue to being okay with not leaving a legacy, to being okay with being forgotten. That same thing applies to like wanting to be famous, you know? Versus like wanting to just be low-key and for no one to bother you. And I think that extends also to being rich versus being poor, you know, having a lot of money versus not. One thing I can tell you for sure is that, you know, it's always gonna, whatever the situation you're not in is gonna be the one that you wanna, is that you're the one you're striving towards. The grass is always greener on the other side. So you look at someone who's poor, they want to be rich. You look at someone who's rich, they say money isn't, you know, the key to happiness. It's not worth anything. You look at someone who's not famous, they want to be famous. You look at someone who's famous, they say fame is a curse. So all of that, I think, like, it's the same thing as, like, after I die, do I want to leave a legacy or do I want to be forgotten? It's the same discussion. It's like, just to be one is gonna inherently mean that you're gonna want to be the other. That's like the nature of having an ego. Is to always see the grass as being greener on the other side. Two sides to every coin, exactly. Wait, I already got him. Forgot I died. And guys, let me not lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend to be all pious. Like, I want money, you know, I want fame, I want to be remembered. You know, these are things that I think come pretty naturally to a lot of us. You know, I'm not gonna act like I'm so above the fray or anything. I'm just recognizing like the suffering within that is really all it is. Yeah, I know the series you're talking about, Piroshi, the Last Meal series. Those are cool. I mean, the whole concept of the show is about like your final meal, so naturally that leads to the question: when you die, what do you think about the life you've lived? You know, it's like a really powerful question. It's really telling. Someone's answer to that is really telling, especially someone who's like supposedly made it, like all the successful celebrities that are like on there. Their answers are especially telling. Everyone tries to take some like pious, even me right now in this whole discussion, we all try to take this like pious, you know, above the fray kind of attitude about like, oh, it's okay, you know, I think I've done good, you know, something that like really just puts a bow on it. You know, there's really no answers. There's no right answers to this discussion. There's only like more or less suffering. Yeah, it's a great show. I think that's part of what draws me towards. Oh, okay, I'm alive. Somehow I'm alive. I think that's what draws me towards watching a lot of like prison content as well. You know, stories from prisoners, dudes who have life sentences, stories of guys who have gotten out and made YouTube channels telling what they've experienced inside, because you really get this glimpse into this like life where you feel like you aren't alive anymore, where you feel like, okay, my life is over. I have a life sentence, or like I'm stuck in this like prison industrial complex and I can't get out, and like I've made these mistakes, and am I defined by my past? And you'll see like a common thread in these videos that like these prisoners, no matter what heinous crimes they've committed, murder, rape, whatever, there's this common thread that they like through time they realize like that they're not defined by their past actions. Yes, they are judged, you know, for their past actions. And there are consequences to every action. But you're only defined by your current actions. Which, in a cruel twist of irony, you know, become the past instantaneously. So truly, you know, you're not really defined by anything. The moment you're defined by something, you become less and less defined by it as time progresses. Yeah, check out the Summoning Salt video, Matthias. It's a really good one. I loved watching it. In fact, I did a whole reaction to it. I'm sorry, this is like the millionth time I've mentioned this, but just for anyone just getting here right now, I did a whole reaction to that video. If you want to see my, see me pausing and talking about giving additional context to stuff and opinions and reaction and stuff, hyping up when I come on the screen and shit, feel free to check out the end of my stream from yesterday if you want to see that version of it. Yeah, in case you wanted the hour and some change video to turn into a 2.5 hour video, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, it's on YouTube. All my live streams are recorded and saved on YouTube, so you can just check the live tab on my channel. I'm also going to post it, hopefully this weekend when I'm offline, I'll post it as a standalone video and take out some of the BRBs and fix the audio levels a bit, in case you want to wait for that. I think people who create gambling casino games go to bed at the end of the day. Hold on, I'll read the rest in a sec. Yes, I do think they sleep. Hold on, I'll read the rest of your message in a sec. I have to do credit skipping. I'm pretty sure they sleep. I don't know, maybe they don't. That might not. Okay, phew. That didn't like hit the lava, but it still voided out. So thank God. That was a close one. I needed to die there. That's why I was like kind of sus. Alright, let me read the rest of that question. Do I think gambling casino game streamers or creators go to bed at the end of the day satisfied and proud about what they've done that day? I don't know. I think people who are like really into, who take like gambling sponsorships or do gambling streams, I mean, they're more concerned with the money they're making than their effect on their community. I think that's fair to say. And I'm sure for many of them there is somewhat of a like moral conundrum there. You know? But also a lot of them, I mean, just by sheer like, just by their actions, at the very least, with giving them the most credit possible. You know, someone who does like a sponsored gambling stream or does like gambling ads or whatever, giving them the most benefit of the doubt. You know, they're in a best case scenario, they are morally questionable. You know, they're like having a moral conundrum about, you know, peddling something that's inherently bad for people to them. You know, I think it's fair to say gambling is inherently bad, just mathematically speaking, for addiction purposes and stuff. So, you know, it's like these people are peddling something that's inherently bad. Now, the justification for that can be any amount of things. You know, oh, you know, I need the money. I this, I that. You know, I need to, whatever it is. But do I think they sleep well at night? I can't speak for them in that regard. I think just by virtue of them doing it, I think they've already decided that it's worth the moral conundrum. For me, something like that would not be worth the moral conundrum, even for many billions of dollars. I would consider. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I would consider taking a gambling sponsorship for like a fucking $1 million or something, you know, which is very much so like what these kind of numbers are for these streams. But it's one thing to consider doing something like that. It's another thing to like actually do it and live with yourself with it. And you know, some people just don't give a fuck is the other thing. Like, you know, for me or you or anybody, like we care, you know, about like not wanting to peddle bullshit to our communities, you know, in my case at least. You know, other streamers don't give a fuck about that. Like, and that's their prerogative. It's not mine to say they're wrong for that. Like, I don't care what other streamers do with their own channels, you know what I mean? So I say more power to the gambling streamers. It's not really mine. You know, like I don't give a fuck, basically. Also, you gotta keep in mind, gambling isn't something that's like near and dear to me. I haven't had family members or have been personally affected by gambling, so that's why I'm not like more condemning of it. But yeah, it's obviously morally wrong to peddle gambling to people. And I'm sure all of these creators realize that. You know, like they're not stupid. If that's what if you're asking if they're stupid and they think it's good, they're not stupid. I don't think. they might pretend like it's good. They might pretend like, oh, the justification, you know, is this or that, but, you know, they know. Well, anyways, guys, I just got a 121.49. GG. Thank you everybody for the GGs. I hope you enjoyed some of my more philosophical ramblings on this run. Dude, that's a great justification right there. It's not stupid if you're getting paid. You know, that's like, there you go. Welcome to America. Like, hey, if it makes money, then it ain't stupid. It's good. Forget the impact on people. What do you care about people's feelings and stuff? You're making money, you know? That cold hard cash, baby. That's how a lot of people in our world like look at shit, you know? Who cares if like something is morally dubious? If it makes you money, then there you go. That's where the conversation starts and stops for a lot of people. And you know what? Like, I get it. Like, I get it. I don't endorse that, but I'm also not gonna act like, you know, I don't get it. Like, that's just life, man. That's like the world, you know. You got people that are just like, all they care about is dollar signs. And that's that. We all care about dollar signs to some degree. Guys, let me tell you something, like, to bring it back to this stream here. The more you guys gift and send me money and stuff on these like little super chats and Twitch subs and stuff, like, the more I feel validated in my runs and what I'm doing. And that's kind of fucked up, right? Like, let's just take a step back and be like, is that why I speedrun? I have to ask myself that. Am I speedrunning just to farm subs from you guys? I ask myself that a lot, you know, and I have to be honest with myself about it, that it's like, sometimes the answer to that feels like yes, and I don't want that to be the case. I want to speedrun because I like playing this game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a conundrum for everybody. Like, with your job, you know, doing something. Say, for example, you're not a streamer, you just work at McDonald's or something. You know, you're going somewhere that you don't like, doing something that you're not passionate about, just for money. That's its own moral conundrum. So, like... A lot of forms of money making, most forms of money making in this world are some kind of moral quandary. You just have to decide where you draw the line for yourself. And the people that draw that same line are going to be the ones that align with you. That's going to be the community you're around. So the more morally dubious for greater profit that you chase, then the more fake money-driven people you're going to be surrounded by, and vice versa. That's just how it works. Like, I don't think like those people are wrong for that. I don't think I'm, you know, virtuous for being my way, and I think honestly, like, other people could be. I think I could be even more detached from the moral quandaries of money. Truly. You know, I think it's like it's a battle for everyone. You know, it's not like no one's above this. You need money to get by. Well, so I've heard. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. There's like no ethical way to sell something. That's a great way to put it. You can frame it a million different ways, that it's helping the world, that it's killing the world. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's all just like in the pursuit of profit, you know, and whether that's good or bad or right or wrong, I mean, that's just survival. I mean, at the end of the day, that's survival. That's cute. You guys got the same message there. No ethical consumption under capitalism. But to be fair, I don't think communism would be the fix to that. If we went to the other extreme, you know, on the other side of, like, you know, it's the opposite of capitalism, which would be like communism, which is to be that like everyone would be given the same resources. You're still like subservient to the hand that feeds you. So there's still a element of ethical quandary where you're like, am I okay with taking this bread from a government that I may not agree with? So it's not like getting away from capitalism fixes this quandary, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, point being is that it is what it is. And so to get back to the whole gambling streamer thing, do I disavow gambling streamers? Do I think they sleep right at night? I don't really give a fuck. They're getting by like the rest of us. It's not my way of getting by. It's not my cup of tea. But, you know, to each their own is really all I have to say. Yeah, same Tails. As someone who doesn't get, you know, health benefits from Twitch, I definitely agree with that. I would love universal healthcare. I would love for a crumb of the hundreds of billions spent on our military to be given to public healthcare. I would love that. But apparently in America, that's a bit of an idealistic solution. Which is just so hilarious that that's even the case, but... It's so dumb, it's almost funny. If it wasn't so sad, it would be funny. But I think because it's so sad, like in a dark way, it is funny. Maybe some of you guys don't, but... That's fine. The best we can do is threaten Iran with nukes. That's what we got. Take it or leave it. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Free from what? What's up, Bluesfire? Thank you for the tier 2. Big Poggy Woggy, thank you for the good lucks, man. Appreciate that. Well, I've been going for about 3.5 hours today. I can stay online, keep grinding maybe, I don't know. I might have like a little lunch break here, and then come back, maybe play a little bit of Sonic. Anyone down with that? Anyone down for a few chow races? While I wait, yeah, let me check and see if the mechanic tried calling me back. See if I missed that. Oh, they called me. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a call real quick. So yeah, I'll be right back. Give me like 10 minutes and I'll come back and I'll let you guys know what's going on. BRB. And to anyone leaving, thank you so much for hanging out. But I'll be right back. All right, did you guys hear me read my credit card number out loud to the mechanic? Is my credit card getting hacked right now? I tried to go as far away as possible and like close the door. Yes? Oh, fuck. Do a Spyro speedrun, no gems, no dragons. Alright, tell you what. I'll do that. I'm gonna do that right now. Watch this. I'm gonna do a run, no gems, no dragons. Let's close the splits. Special run, because I don't feel like doing another 120 run today. I'm gonna do a run where I collect absolutely nothing. But on one condition, you guys have to let me do the all worlds cheat code, because it's impossible otherwise.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Let's get it. This is gonna be called cheat %. Wait, wrong code. Wait. Oh wait, no, it's but, left, right, up. There we go. A little suboptimal there. Do not. If I collect something, I have to reset. Man, I'm gonna take some damage here, so I go sparksless. Actually, since I'm going to Nasty's world, here, let me just do this real quick, just for safety when I go there. Because I'm not sure if you like land right next to the blues or not. What's up, Matt? How you doing? What's up, Kasi? But yeah, after this, I'm gonna go offline, I think, and go pick up the car is fixed, AC's fixed, so I think I did such a long stream yesterday, so I think I'm gonna take it easy after today. After this. Look at that first try, dude. Oh, I collected something! God damn it! Do I have to reset? I have to reset, huh? Fuck. Shit, I have to reset. I'm sorry, guys. I have to reset this. God. Why'd he have to say do a run where you don't collect everything? God fucking damn it. Alright, take two, take two. Fuck. No, my username is not a reference to the banana boat, nor is it a reference to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's not a reference to anything, actually.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
I have to get the keys. I can't not get the keys in Nasty's world. I'm just gonna avoid gems and dragons, alright? Wait, don't do Nestor skip. I almost like instinctively did Nestor skip there. It's funny. Okay, be careful. Oh, don't get those reds. Forgot those were there. I don't think I need to do this, but I'm just doing it anyway. It only does anything to do with Spanish. Look, guys, I want to reiterate, I don't have anything against you guys speaking other languages. It's just in my chat, I need to be able to read it. So please, never mind. This is a losing battle, me trying to explain this. I should just not even, like, say anything anytime someone speaks another language. It's more trouble than it's worth to try to shut it down. Oh! Again! Okay, don't hit the fucking thing this time. There we go. We got this. I should have done early loot, even. That would have been cool. Can I read Spanish? Not well. Okay, don't collect a gem. 0 gem speedrun. Okay, hold on. I almost like forgot how to do that. Do fasty? Hold on, let's see if I can do fasty. Just for funsies. Don't collect that! Why is this harder than I thought? Why is this fucking harder than I thought? I'm gonna not go for fasty this time. I thought I would have this first try, like, easy. Okay. Take 3. Cheat percent with no speedrun of Spyro with 0 gems collected.
Okay, rolling. Oh,
0% speedrun. Take 3. I think I'm fine with Sparks. I don't think I need to get rid of Sparks. Thank you, Tyler, with the YouTube membership. Appreciate that. Oh, did I not start the time? Okay, there we go. Timer. Whatever. add like a 30 seconds to it. My bad. Still leaderboard legal. Oh my god. Oh, dude, I almost did that a 3rd try in a row there. Here we go. Homemade cabbage and chicken stir fry. That sounds delish, honestly. Come on, buddy. Fuck. Come on, dude. Just give it to me. Yeah, I'm gonna have something like that after stream. I have some like leftover ground turkey and rice. Bro, just please let me have it. This is what I get. I used up all my good karma on the rat. Now we're just getting fucked. Yep. Yeah, don't worry. We're just correcting the timer. Exactly. Aren't there like some blue gems back there to avoid? Yeah. Okay, watch out for this guy. Let him run one more time. Oh, do it old school rat style? Wait. No, don't. Do this. Bro! Come on. Do I miss this? Does it look like I missed this trick right now? Oh man, I missed dying over and over to this trick. Yeah, oh, good times. Good times. There we go, that should work. Alright, don't hit the fucking box. 0% speedrun, we got this. I'm not doing Fasty Nork. We're playing it basic, baby mode. Do not grab these reds here. Go wide. Okay. Do not grab anything. I'm very scared to grab something right now. I'm like being like unnecessarily careful. It's okay. It's okay if Nasty runs away here. I can trigger him again from up top. I'm just being very careful. Okay, now we do this. And now we do as many spins as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is very important. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm losing it. 26, 27, or wait, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 32. Oh, damn, I almost collected that. That was actually unnecessarily close. Okay. Whew. Now, I think the only way this is like... The only way I can kill Nasty and not collect his gems is by frame perfectly pausing on him as I flame him. Because the game takes away control and gives you the gems after, so... Unless we say that when you flame him, the run is over. So if that's the rules, then okay, 4 minutes was like my run. But I'm gonna try to kill him without collecting his gems, in the spirit of the 0% run. Waiting for him to shoot all of his shots. Okay. I'm trying to see. I'm looking to see the gem pop out of his balls. Fuck! Whatever. GG. God damn. I'm gonna try doing that trick again, though. I'm not doing that whole run again, but I'm gonna try doing that trick again.
So long. I kind of forgot about you.
Actually, I don't really care. Tell you guys what, if you want to see me actually do that in a run, there's a fun story. I have a fun story to share with you. Before Nestor Skip was found, the skip on the first dragon, I did a run for a GDQ hotfix that was like a glitch exhibition of this game, where I intentionally just didn't collect Nestor. I didn't do Nestor skip. I just literally skipped Nestor and just left him sitting there. And by doing that pause buffer and exiting the level while killing Nasty, you dupe the dragon outside. So you create a second, like an extra dragon outside in the Nasty's homeworld. So I did that in order to get 120% without collecting Nestor on that GDQ glitch exhibition. So if you want to see that, that was like a really fun, chill playthrough. Look that up. I've pretty much run out of patience with it at the moment, but I went for it. I went for that. Got like a 5-minute cheat percent run there or something. 0%. And honestly, we should count it. We should count because technically, the timing stops when the flame makes contact on Nasty. So technically, I did kill Nasty with 0% completion. So whatever. Don't be coming at me. Don't be coming at me with your homo thug ass. What the hell are you talking about? All right, well, guys, I think I'm gonna raid someone at this point. I have definitely done enough gaming, and I have to go pick up my car from the mechanic. So I'm gonna go offline right now. I don't feel like doing any chow grinding right now. We'll save it for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a big, hopefully a bigger stream. We'll see. It'll be my last stream before heading out to DC for the weekend. So let me find someone to raid here. So hopefully tomorrow is a more fruitful grind. Let's see. Let's raid Jordy. Let's see what kind of pace he's on here. Looks like he's just starting a new run. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream, enjoyed today's Spyro vibes, and I will see you all tomorrow. Good shit, great hustle. Thanks everyone for subbing and all that today. Really appreciate that, and of course, thanks everyone for checking out the Summoning Saw video. It was a fun one. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for one more big grind before the break. Catch you guys then. Peace.